A birthday bash was going on inside a building. Just then, Lisa falls to the ground while dancing and succumbs to death. Detective Mehul reaches the crime scene at once.
It is difficult to decipher the cause of death by looking at the corpse.
But why? Can you guess? Notice that foam is oozing out of Lisa's mouth, but there is a mark on her neck too. This means someone could also have tried to strangulate her. This is why it is difficult to decipher the cause of death. He immediately sends off the dead body to Dr. Sanjana for a postmortem. Mehul then interrogates 3 of Lisa's friends present there. He first walks up to Michael.
How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. I was in the washroom. I came running out when I heard people screaming.
Mehul then asks the same question to Kevin.
Sir, I was sitting at the table, eating my food, when Lisa suddenly fell down while dancing. I don't know anything more than this.
Henry then says,
Sir, the loud music at the party gave me a headache. So, I was roaming outside. As soon as I got the news of Lisa's death, I came in running.
Mehul then goes out to the garden. Here he finds shoe prints of someone coming and leaving, but there seemed to be some difference in their pattern. By looking at them, Mehul confirms that Henry was telling the truth when he mentioned that he was taking a walk in the garden. But how? Can you guess?
The shoe prints of someone coming signify that the person was walking, while the shoe prints of the person leaving signify that he was running. This means that Henry was not lying and he did in fact run inside. But this doesn't mean that he could not have been the murderer.
Mehul then decides to check the CCTV footage of the building, and he notices Michael got down the floor using the elevator.
Michael said that he went to the washroom and that's on the same floor. Why did he go downstairs?
Michael then tells him that there was another party on a floor downstairs. He went to meet his friends and ended up using the washroom there.
2 parties in one building? Interesting. Very, very interesting.
But Mehul was not fully convinced by Michael and was suspicious of him. Can you guess why?
Michael said that he came running when he heard people screaming after Lisa's death. But if there was a party going on, how did he manage to hear it amidst the loud music? Something is not sitting right, and I will have to get to the bottom of it.
Mehul goes to the floor downstairs and asks the watchman to show him its CCTV footage. In the footage, Michael is talking to his friend at 8:01. The footage from 8:02 is missing and is available from 8:15. But it doesn't have any signs of Michael or his friend.
Interesting. This means we don't have the footage of 13 minutes in between. Someone has messed with them. If Michael was at the party, who must have meddled with the footage? And why did they mess with the footage of the second floor? Interesting, very interesting.
The watchman then tells Mehul that an engineer named Davis had come for a routine CCTV check from the company. He might have meddled with the footage. Mehul then shows second floor's entire day's footage to the watchman, but they fail to find Davis in it. Mehul then shows him the footage belonging to the CCTV on Lisa's floor. A man was standing right beside Lisa. The watchman exclaims and points towards him. This is Davis. Mehul then tries to spot Davis from within the people at the party.
Davis isn't here, but then where could he be? He isn't downstairs or here, and the building is locked. Where did he manage to disappear?
There are 2 huge questions in front of Mehul at this moment. Has Davis messed with the CCTV footage in order to save himself from being caught, or was he saving Michael? It was now vital that Davis is found immediately. The watchman then tells Mehul about an open terrace on the 3rd floor. He could be hiding there. Mehul immediately runs to the open terrace but doesn't find Davis there. He does find a very important hint here. By looking at the terrace, can you spot the hint?
A stool is kept near the wall of the terrace and it's covered with shoe marks. The wall also has these marks. Someone got on the stool and then walked on the wall.
Mehul instantly gets on the wall himself and starts following the footsteps. Soon, he comes across 3 rooms.
These might be storerooms.
Mehul looks at the doors and understands that one of them was Davis's room. But how? Can you guess? Notice that all the doors are covered in dust. Even the knobs on them are dirty and dusty. Pay attention that the knob on the second one is cleaner than the others. How could this be possible? This means that someone has used it recently.
Davis, I know that you're inside. Open the door and come out.
But no one opens the door. Mehul takes a deep breath and pushes the door with full force and opens it successfully. What Mehul sees next leaves him speechless. Davis is dead too. He then looks at Davis's mobile to look for clues and finds several pictures of him and Lisa.
This means they were good friends. But then why did he kill her? Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Mehul then comes across a text message on Davis's mobile, which said, "Kill Lisa or you will be exposed." He then starts looking around in the room in search of more clues. Suddenly, he spots a very expensive-looking necklace. Does this seem like a hint to you?
What is a woman's necklace doing in Davis's room?
He matches Davis's fingerprints to that on the necklace, but they do not match.
This means that Davis's was accompanied by someone else. But who? And why did he kill Davis? And if Davis is dead, then who killed Lisa? The case is progressively becoming more complicated.
Mehul now has to solve 4 big cases. Who poisoned Davis? Who murdered Lisa? Why did Davis delete the CCTV footage? Who was blackmailing Davis? Just then, Mehul receives a call from Dr. Sanjana. She tells him that the quantity of poison in Lisa's body was negligible and she has died because of it, but of strangulation instead. Davis was injected with the same poison that had been used for Lisa, but the quantity used was much higher for Davis. Mehul then watches the party's CCTV footage and manages to spot an enormous hint. But what? By looking at this image, can you guess?
The necklace that Lisa is wearing is the one I found beside Davis's dead body.
This means that Lisa has been murdered using this necklace. Someone strangulated her using it and threw it near Davis. Mehul then matches the fingerprints of Michael, Henry, and Kevin to the ones on his necklace. To Mehul's surprise, Michael's fingerprints end up matching that on Lisa's necklace. Michael was scared out of his wits.
Sir, I haven't murdered Lisa and Michael. I came here to meet Davis, and he told me that someone had been blackmailing him. When I went to the room afterwards, I saw his dead body. I was petrified. Suddenly, someone threw a necklace inside from the window. I noticed that it was Lisa's, and I was even more scared. I don't know anything more than this.
Mehul then checks out the CCTV footages of the party and realizes that Davis was killed by accident. But how? Can you guess? Notice that Lisa is holding a glass in footage 1, she takes a sip and keeps it aside in footage 2. Davis picked up the glass in footage 3 and drank it completely in footage 4.
This means that the drink was poisoned. Someone wanted to kill Lisa and blame it on Davis, but he ended up having the drink himself. The real murderer must have witnessed this, and hence they used the necklace to kill Lisa. This means that killer from in the party.
He fast forwards some clips and realizes that 10 minutes worth of footage was missing from here as well. It was during this time that Lisa was murdered. Mehul compares the footage before the deletion and after and comes across a massive clue. What is it? Can you guess? Notice that the cap's position on Kevin's head looks different in both the images. This means he okayed it off and wore it again, but why? Mehul is suspicious and catches him immediately. Kevin then tells Mehul that he initially wanted to poison Lisa, but Davis ended up drinking it to completion. So, he had to use the necklace to strangulate Lisa and used the cap to hide it later. He was also the one blackmailing Davis and forced him to delete the footage. He was in love with Lisa, but Lisa was into Davis. This is why he wanted to kill Lisa and blame it on Davis. Case officially solved. Detective Mehul rocks.